guys, it's Fultoncards here, live and direct from Brooklyn, New York City. Let's go. I thought I'd pop the lid on a strategy vid today with regard to 2024 Leaf Metal Legends Hockey to Rock Like Rocky. So I am going to do an eBay player name break strategy video. I've done a couple of these, thought they'd be enjoyable. This is my first video back from my illness. Yeah, I had a bit of a life scare and I don't really want to get into it. I do want to thank everybody for their support. I will be paring back my work on my channel just to strike a better balance in life. I'm also going to divest of a lot of cards. I'm just trying to sort of unhoard a bit and get, be a little bit more focused. I also have had a long career within the UN system, and I'm sort of, thinking about how I want to work over the next couple of years and strike the right balance. So I thought I'd just let you guys know. I can speak more about that in a future video, but I really want to thank you guys for your kind well wishes. They meant a lot to me. They really do. You guys are just a treat to read. So let's get into the strategy video. So configuration, 3 autos or 3 cards per pack, 1 pack per box, 3 autos per box of this stuff. And if you go into, Steel City Collectibles or into David Adams, it's about $110 American, typically all in for this product for the 3 autos per box. Lots of one-on-ones within the product. So I am going to get into a eBay name break strategy video, right? So let me quickly go through the checklist. So just take a quick peek. Really cool checklist. Gordie Howe, probably short printed for the most part because they're all sticker autos of a deceased player. You have Yager, you have Stammer. You have these cool trips including Yager and Sakic. These multi-sport ones, duels, very, very cool product, right? So as I mentioned, you do have your 3 autos per box, 20 boxes per case, 60 autos per case break, right? Base autos, 100 cards on the checklist with tons of parallels. It's a pretty short checklist for the most part. You have the Arctic Inks, and then you have the exotic autos, which are really cool because you have these tiger skins and snake skins and leopard skins, etc. And that's the entire checklist again included in those. The mythicals are much beloved because they're all one-on-ones. You have krakens and you have yetis and werewolves. Again, it's the entire checklist to hit those. Isolateds, as well as the trios. So the trios are great as well. So pretty short checklist for the trios. Huge names. You see Yager appears a couple of times. Great stuff. Metallic inscriptions. I love the inscriptions. Only 36 cards, so it's sort of a sub checklist with the inscriptions. You really do want to hit these very cool sticker inscriptions. And you have polar pairings, which are duels, of course. Retired numbers. Only a couple of cards on this checklist. They're all one-on-ones, I believe. Are they? No, there's some number to 10 or less, and the others are one-on-ones. The 4 Icemen or 4-way autos, again, pretty short checklist here of the 4-way autos. And the We Own the City, which are the duels, multi-sports, Larry Walker, Wade Boggs, and the White Light autos. Okay, so the question would be, what would your strategy be? Well, you have to have your own strategy. You are a personal person. You value cards different than other people. That's why when people always talk about money, you have to understand different people value cards differently depending on their own sentimental attachment or objectives, right? They can be strategic objectives, they can be financial objectives. So what would my overall strategy be? It would be to pay the price of a box or 1.3 times or 1.5 times a box in terms of multiple player names on eBay. So I'd say about $115, maybe $150 taxed and shipped all in. I also will try players with many cards on the checklist. So if you do a quick search here, Serge Savard, 6 times he appears, that's great. What about Martin Brodeur? Martin Brodeur, he only appears twice on the checklist. So are you going to pay $20 for that spot with only 2 cards on the checklist? Probably not. What about Hasek? Hasek appears 11 times. So 11 times is pretty prominent. Yeah, so I'm going to opt for players with perhaps 4 to 12 appearances on the checklist. There aren't that many sub-checklists, so 10 times is a lot. Even 6 times, I think, is a pretty decent amount of appearances on the checklist. Typically, I pay about $1 per appearance on the checklist, so if he appears 4 times on the checklist, that'd be $4 per name. Maybe double that for big name players. All right, so players with many cards on the checklist. What else can I do? Cheap Montreal Canadiens, included in multi-ways ideally, but like guys like Mike Keane, Mario Tremblay, guys that people don't really opt for, but I have an attachment to because maybe he was on Cup winning team of the Habs. Players with one-on-ones, including the mythicals and the inscriptions. So I would opt for the inscriptions. Let's see. Inscriptions, only 36 cards on the checklist. So I'm going to want to pick out a couple of guys on this checklist just so I have an opportunity at a couple of inscriptions. The mythicals I don't have to worry about because it's the entire 100-card checklist. So whoever I pick will de facto also be on that mythicals checklist. Doesn't mean I hit it, but it means that I have a chance with whoever I opt for. What else? Affordable goalies on multi-ways, because I like goalies. I'm a goalie collector. I'm going to avoid players with only 1 or 2 cards on the checklist for sure. I'll target 1 or 2 big goalie names. So I'm going to be looking for that Hasek, Felix Podman. How about Grant Fuhr? How many times does he appear on the checklist? Grant Fuhr appears 10 times on the checklist, so I can opt for him. He might be too expensive. Felix Podman, how many times does he appear? Felix, 6 times. Good enough. So I could maybe opt for him. I'm going to monitor how Hull, Lafleur, Jagr, Sakic, Forsberg, big boys. I'm going to monitor them. Typically, they go for too much, so I might target one of them if I can get them affordably, but I don't know if I'm going to opt for them. I'd rather go for a bunch. I just want to hit in this break. That's my goal. I'm going to look for cheap players on multi-ways with Jagr and guys like that, because that'd be one way to do it. So how about Kevin Stevens? Kevin Stevens, he appears 6 times, so not bad if I can get him for the minimum bid. He does appear in a multi-way with Larry Murphy, and he does appear in a multi-way with Jaromir Jagr. So the problem with this is it is a 1-on-1, although there's multi 1-on-1s. So to hit it, I'd have to hit that card, and then I'd have to win the 25% opportunity at the multi-way. But if it's only the minimum bid and Kevin Stevens appears alone on the checklist, I could hit him as a standalone, so it might be worth it. Okay, one thing I'm going to avoid, guys, is Mario Lemieux. And the reason why I'm going to avoid Mario Lemieux, he only appears once on the checklist. Typically, people overbid on eBay. So is it worth it to pay $40, $60, $25 for Mario Lemieux on eBay when he's only appears once on the checklist? No. If he appeared 23 times on the checklist or 8 times on the checklist, maybe, but not only once. All right. I'm also not for players who I personally have a sentimental attachment for. So guys like Theo Fleury, who was on the opening credits of Hockey Night in Canada for many years, Boris Salming, guys like Mike Keane and Habs like that, Steve Schutt, who was on Lafleur's line. So I'll do that. And I'll also opt for minimum bidding. So if I can, squeak some guys through with the minimum bid, that might be worthwhile. All right, so let's see how we do. So bidding on eBay. So the bidding on eBay is complete, guys. Notice that the Mario Lemieux went for $39. $39, and he only has 1 card on the checklist. I don't like that because not only is he a case hit, he's probably a multi-case hit. So I would never pay that much for it, because you can buy a Mario Lemieux number to 10 Leaf auto probably for what, $60? I don't know, I haven't looked it up, but I just don't, the math doesn't make sense to me. I ended up paying $117. All in, it was about $143 shipped, shipping plus tax. So that's what, 1.3 times, I tried to, 1.3 times the price of a box. I think that's fine. I hit maybe 20 spots, I don't even know, let's see here. So here are the ones I actually secured. Boris Salming, Hasek, I splashed out for the Hasek because I know he does appear a lot of times on the checklist, so hoping to hit him, hoping to hit a 1-on-1 ideally. Splashed out $20 a lot. Eric Desjardins, sentimental attachment, had $3. It's also on multi-ways, by the way. I did get the Felix Podman for $10. That's fair. Gilles Creton, who I remember from my infancy, $3. Grant Fuhr, I got him for $16, $17. Okay. Guy Carboneau, $3. Leclerc, Van Beesbroek only 10. Kevin Stevens, so I got him for the minimum bid. A shot at Jagr through him. Kirk Muller, Larry Murphy. Murphy's all over the checklist usually on this product. Same thing with Larry Robinson, only $3. Mario Tremblay, $3. Mike Keane, Pete Mahovlich. Red Kelly was actually a mistake. I confused him with Ron Ellis for some reason, whatever. But he only has 1 card on the checklist, and it's a retired number. But I wouldn't pay the minimum for a player with only 1 card on the checklist unless it's someone I really, really want. Serge Savard, $3. Steve Schutt, $3. Theo Fleury, $4 only. Vinny Donfus, only $3. And Yvan Colonway, so in total, $143 American all in. So if you look at this eBay bidding, I have only 4 of the names I paid over $425. Only 4 paid over, the maximum by my standards. So that's basically what, 23 names? So I hit 23 names, or secured 23 names. So, based on that, 117 divided by 23, it's about $5 plus shipping, etc. per card. I think that's fine. per card or per name. So, all right guys, so I'll show you what I hit. I would show you the entire break actually, like I have in previous videos, but I'm still not 100%, and just to alleviate my burden, I'll show you the cards that I hit because I actually have them in hand. Note that this Super Mario is just a decoy. It's a metal card of Super Mario. So let's have at it. First card here, I did, in fact, and I keep the list of winning eBay bids on the left there, but I did hit a standalone Kevin Stevens, so that's not bad at all. It's numbered to 7. Continuing on, I hit a Ron Ellis. So the Kevin Stevens, by the way, I ended up paying only $3 for, right? The Ron Ellis, I think I also paid the minimum bid, $2.99. So this is really cool as well. And as you can see, it's numbered to 4. I hit this Kirk Muller, and this was numbered to 6. So these are all just beautiful cards. I'm not gonna get into the parallels because it's a little bit too complicated. I hit this Carbino, this beautiful green Carbino, and this one's numbered to 5. So my strategy of hitting Habs certainly paid off. A Serge Savard, beautiful card as well, and this one's numbered to 10. I hit the Yvan Cournoyer. Yvan Cournoyer paid $4.25 for this, and it's number 2 of 2. I hit this Steve Schutzer, awesome. And this is numbered to 8, okay? So those are, of course, animal skins. I opted for a couple of sentimental attachment ones, and I did in fact hit the Borje Salming, which is awesome. Of course, they're all sticker autos, as you guys know. I think that was numbered to 7. Another sentimental attachment one, he was on our 93 Habs. I think he's also in multi-ways too, but I did hit the John LeClair. It does have his number within there, it's number 10. So that's very cool, only numbered to 4. Again, oh, this is cool. I hit a 101 here. So Kirk Muller, gold, and it is in fact a 101. In fact, I didn't hit many 101s. I was actually gonna bid on Kirk McLean, and there was a duel that he hit, and I didn't secure it, unfortunately. But again, sentimental attachment, I did mention the Theo Fleury, and it's a 2 of 2. So that is one of the isolateds. All right, what else did I hit? Oh, I did end up hitting one of the mythicals. So you hit maybe 1 or 2 of these per case. And the Gilles Gratton, because I'm a goalie collector and I remember him fondly from my childhood, I was gonna pick a Gilles Gilbert or a Gilles Gratton, and I did secure this one probably for the minimum bid, 101 exotic. So that's very cool. I think it's a Loch Ness, right? Must be a Loch Ness. I did opt for the Felix Potvin. He was on the checklist 6 times. And there you go, Felix Potvin. I did end up hitting him. And this one is only numbered to 6, I believe. Very cool. What's crazy is I hit him twice, so he appeared twice in the case, interestingly enough. And this one is only numbered to 3, so that's wicked. So as mentioned, he was only $10, I believe. It was $10, $10.09. So down to the last dregs here. Look at this. So I did splash out on the Grand Fuhrer. He cost $16. I think that's a bit much probably for him, but I did hit one of the exotics of him. So I was again relieved to hit him because I could have, paid for multiple spots at the minimum bid instead, but I hit this 1 of 10. So that's nice. It's the first one printed, very good. And my last card here, the very last card, I did hit the Hasek, right? So it's one of the exotics again. I mean, just a beautiful looking card, and this one is only numbered to 4. So I was super relieved to hit him as well because this is the one I splashed out for the most, $20. I didn't hit a 101, but I did hit a 4 of 4, which is pretty cool. So that's basically it, guys. Gonna do some quick math here just to spitball a bit. So, I bought basically the price of a box and a half of spots, right? So out of 20 boxes. And I wanted to hit maybe 4 cards or 5 cards to break evens for the price of about a box and a half. Ended up hitting 16 cards. 16 out of the 60 cards in the entire case. So that's like, what, 25%, 26% of the case that I ended up hitting? So that's very, very good. Outperformed what a box and a half is, what, like 6% or 7% of the case. So certainly outperformed. I hit some 101s, albeit not as many as I would have hoped for, I guess, because could have hit more 101s, but I hit a couple of 101s. The other thing I'll mention is I missed out on a multi-way. Actually, there was a 3-way. My strategy was to hit goalies who are in multi-ways, and Van Beesbroek and Cujo and Hashik were in a multi-way. The multi-way card was hit. I had the Beezer spot and I had the Hashik spot, but the Cujo hit. And I think Cujo only has one card or two cards on the checklist. That's why I didn't opt for him. So you'd have to hit that card and then hit the multi-way, and he did hit the multi-way. So I lost out on my 66% or 67% opportunity hitting. If whoever hit that Cujo, please don't write me to tell me you hit him and gloat. That's what they always do. I don't know why. It made me feel bad. But my strategy worked regardless, right? Because I hit a ton of cards and all sentimental attachment cards. I hit 16 cards, so 16 cards divided by the 143 or whatever, so probably paid about $7 to $9 per card, if that. So really good. I think it worked out really well. So these strategies do work as long as you do not overbid on eBay. Don't overbid, and pick cards that have a lot of appearances on the checklist. That's how you guarantee yourself 26% of the case. So that's basically it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. I will be paring back some of the work on my channel just to strike a better balance. I haven't made full cards. Do me the honor of sub-liking, hashtagging, trying full cards live and direct from a place called Brooklyn, New York City.